The book of Nahum, chapter 1 and verse 3. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. The book of Psalms, chapter 66 and verse 5. Come and see the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai power. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. All right, the children of men represent these other nations. All right. Before I continue, let me start out by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teaching the course where I learned this truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right. So we're finna jump right into this lesson again, Lord, will be edifying. All right, I showed you the clip up to this point. All right, the tornado came, and it damn near, what I'm saying, blew them Moabites up out of their apartment, all right? You know what I'm saying? They went from, all right, just, having a regular night. It was probably a bit windy outside because the mother went over to the slide door and she said it was cold, but little did she know that whole door was gonna fly in, all right? And, on top of her daughter, all right? Now she picked her daughter up and, they got to safety, but that wasn't the case for some other individuals, all right? Let me show you this article. All right, let me see. All right. This article I saved a couple of days ago, it says 3 people died after being ripped from their high-rise apartments by freak windstorms in China, local reports say. All right. And I read the scripture, you know what I'm saying? The Lord has his way in the whirlwind, all right? Everything that go down on this earth is through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, a fig don't fall from the fig tree without the Lord sanctioning it, all right? Zephaniah 3 and 5 tells you how the just Lord is in the midst thereof and will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light, but the unjust knoweth no shame. All right, just openly paraphrasing. All right, but again, we're going to read some of this. It says, strong winds in the Chinese city of Nanchang killed at least 4 people on Sunday. They say at least 3 of them were swept out of their high-rise apartments around 3 a.m. Footage shows apartments with gaping holes and entire floor-to-ceiling windows went missing. After entire floor-to-ceiling windows went missing, all right? So the Lord, the king of terrors, all right? And he's terrible in his doing toward the children of men, all right? The children of men represent these other nations, all right? Outside of Esau being the so-called wicked, the white man, all right? Well, he ain't the so-called wicked. Esau, the so-called white man, is the wicked, all right? You got 3 parts of men on the earth, all right? You got the sons of God, which are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans through the seed of their father. All right, then you got the children of men, which are all the other nations outside of Esau and Jacob, And then you got the sons of the wicked, which is Esau, all right? So those are your 3 classifications of men, all right? And the Lord is only for his men, all right, his nation, all right, his people, the Israelites, all right? He don't give no shits about you other nations, all right? In fact, the scripture tell you the nations are as a drop from the bucket, all right? The Lord don't care about them heathens. That's why he calls them heathens, all right? So it says 3 people died on Sunday in China's shit, what is that? Genix, however you pronounce that shit, Providence, after being torn from their high-rise apartments by heavy winds. All three were from the same waterfront neighborhood, let me see, in the south city of Nanchang, and were sleeping at around 3 a.m. when strong gales destroyed the outward facing walls of their rooms. All right. You see, all right, it says a neighborhood chat group message published by what's that, Jumnoon? I ain't a gook. I don't know what the fuck that is. News and other regional media identified three of the deceased as a 64-year-old woman, her 11-year-old grandson, and another 60-year-old woman, all right? You know, and the Lord is not a respecter of persons, all right? You know? Let me see. All right. It said as of Tuesday morning, Beijing time, state media had not acknowledged the specific circumstances of the deaths, but reported that 4 people died and more than 10 others were injured that morning due to strong convective weather. All right, they say the 60-year-old woman's death has captured the nation's attention on social media, reaching 300 million views. All right, on China's version of X. Let's see, footage of her room on the 11th floor filmed by regional media showed a destroyed floor-to-ceiling window with a gaping hole in the apartment that looked over the urban landscape. An empty bed frame and tattered curtains can be seen in the clip. It says the woman's partner reports that he woke at 3 a.m. due to the storm and discovered that the gust had shattered the glass panels in his balcony. Let me see. Wayne said he and his partner slept in different rooms that evening, and when he went to wake her, I urgently ran to this room to call my partner. I called out, but there was no response. There was no person to call. He said he later found his partner's body at the base of the apartment building. His daughter told, the news. All right, so there you go. All right, the 64-year-old woman and her grandson, let me see, identified by their surnames respectfully, slept in the same room and were swept downstairs with their mattresses. All right, so, man, they were living on the 20th floor. All right, so imagine you on the 20th floor, all right, and the wind blow your shit out and blow your ass out with it. All right, that's a straight death sentence right there. You're gonna die. All right, and that's why the scripture tell you don't build more than 3 stories up. All right, scripture tell you learn out the way of the heathen. All right, but these heathens, they want to be like Esau, so they build up into the sky. They build skyscrapers and high rises and shit. And then when shit goes left, all right, you know what I'm saying, you got a free fall to your death. All right. Let me see. It says a new blame game emerges. All right. The recent deaths turned attention to neighborhoods, construction quality. Man, look, at the end of the day, the blame game should be put at Yahweh Shem Shai's doorstep. All right. The Lord kills and makes alive. The Lord wounds and heals. All right. This is all Yahweh Shem Shai is doing. All right. Don't blame the constructors and all of them. All right. Blame the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who did it. All right. And then do we feel bad for the people who went through this shit? Absolutely not. All right. You deserved it. All right. The Lord is a terrible, terrible power, and he's terrible to the children of men. We read it. All right. So let me get a couple more scriptures. All right. 1 second, y'all. All right. In fact, before I show you, before I read some more scriptures, let me show you another video I got. All right. Because, all right, these women out here, little they know, all right, the times that we're coming into is going to be more, detrimental to them than it is for a man, all right? And if a woman ain't covered by an Israelite elect man, then she going to be subjected to all sorts of calamities, all right? And that go for the Jake woman, so the Israelite woman as well, all right? That's what that's really about, all right, the Israelite woman. These heathen women, they ain't leaving this place. But check this out. So I showed you that one. All right, you know what I'm saying? The woman and her newborn baby. All right, you know what I'm saying? Her small baby, stuck in that raging water incident. They finna get swept away. All right, and more than likely drowned and, destroyed. All right, but who rescues her from the car? You know what I'm saying? A man. All right, and that's gonna be what an Israelite elect man is gonna be in that day to you women out here. All right, you're gonna need that type of protection from a elect man out here, because the average man ain't gonna be doing that. All right, that was, you know what I'm saying, probably a a 2/3. He had blonde hair if I can remember correct. But you know what I'm saying? He pulled a woman out the car, got the baby out the car, got her bags and shit out the car. You know what I'm saying? But the average person over here in Babylon the Great aren't going to be afforded such a luxury, all right? The majority of people are going to be destroyed. You're going to die. You're going to learn a death by pain. You're going to die fearful. One of the things that you fear the most is going to be what takes you out, all right? Let me read this scripture right here. All right, this is Isaiah 30 in verse, let me see, because the majority of our people, they don't, talking about you Negroes, Spanish, Native Americans, all right? They don't adhere to the prophet. They don't respect the prophet. They don't respect the Lord, all right? So this is on the books for them, all right, as well as the heathens, all right? 2/3 of our people are gonna die the death of heathens over here in this land, all right? We're gonna start at verse 30. Now we're gonna start at verse 9. Isaiah 30 and verse 9, it say that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, get you out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant, and he shall break it as the potter's, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessels, the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces, he shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sherd to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. All right, so basically the Lord is going, when you least expect it, all right, the Lord is going to bring that calamity on you. All right, you know. It could be through a tornado. All right. It could be through a flash flood. All right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is he's terrible in his doings. All right. That's the only way to put it. Let me read that in Psalm. What is it? 47. In verse 2, it say, for the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Most High, is terrible. He is a king. He is a great king over all the earth. All right. And judgment goes forth every day from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua throughout the earth, throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, but the greatest judgment is going to take place over here in the land of the north. All right, Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. All right, and the Lord is going to, he's going to bring the missiles. He's going to bring all types of judgments to this place. All right, whirlwinds. All right, all of that, earthquakes in diverse places. All right, we had that go down last week. All right, 2 earthquakes was in New York. All right, you know what I'm saying? We had the solar eclipse Monday. It's a fearful time to be on this earth if you ain't of the Lord's elect, all right? You know what I'm saying? And only the elect are gonna be preserved, all right? Even 2 out of 3 of the Lord people is up for the book, up on the books for these judgments, all right? So, it is what it is. All right. But I just wanted to show y'all that right quick, something quick and to the point. That was just solid. Show you some judgments that went forth, all right? And these particular ones, the individuals lived, all right? But in the days that we're coming into, all right, majority of you people, all right, who faced with these judgments, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to be so lucky, all right? Only the elect are going to be preserved, all right? And these individuals that was preserved from these judgments, all right, the Lord, if they ain't of the elect, the Lord just preserved them for a greater judgment, all right? So that's it for the lesson. All honor, glory, and praise go to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rokakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teaching the quest where I learn this truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's select, Kwame Asherada. Shalom.